Today I'm gonna get this head unit put into my BMW E46 325i. Hello everyone, my name is Gary and this is Tech by GP. If you're new to the channel, this is the first installment of Flipside, which is the automotive installment series for my channel. So follow me as we go along. Today is the head unit install for my 2002 E46 325i BMW. So for a little backstory on this, early November of this year, I picked this up from, this 2002 BMW 325i from a tow yard. They were having a lien sale, and I saw this on Facebook Marketplace, and it looked clean enough. It had 150,000 miles, but knowing these cars are pretty solid, and one of the things I do like about BMWs is that they are pretty solid. This car looked like it didn't have any kind of body damage or anything like that, any dents or dings and things like that, which is actually pretty true. There's very, very minor things that are wrong with this car, but I did replace some things on here. I did replace I replaced the headlights. I replaced the grille because the grille was already falling off. It was pretty old, and they were just held together by bending wire and bubble gum, basically. But otherwise, from the car, and I'll show you here in a little bit, it was pretty solid. So I did pick it up, and as you can see, the interior is pretty good. There are no rips or tears in the leather. Everything is in here. Of course, there are some few minor things with the car. It had 7 owners, but from the 7 owners did not do the recall on the airbag. So as soon as I got this, maybe a week later, I took it to the dealer and they did the airbag recall. So now I do have new airbags on this car, both driver and passenger. You won't see the passenger one. But like I said, take a look at this. So this is one of the issues with this. When I got this head unit was gone, and if you look at the wiring here, it's been cut off. It's obviously been stolen, right? It's been cut. So normally I would do the install myself. I'm pretty handy with this, but when it comes to things like this, when things have been cut and you really don't know what's going on with the car, I'd rather get professional help with this. So I bought the head unit from Fry's, and that head unit is basically just what I need. I don't listen to CDs anymore. I don't do I don't do DVDs. I don't need a screen. All I really need is something that would play the music, the digital music I have on my phone. And I do, for my work, I do a lot of conference calls. So I need to be able to do conference calls on my phone as well while I'm driving, and be able to do maps. Now, maps I can get on my phone. I have an iPhone XR, which I'm taking this video with right now, and I don't really need anything else. It's the screen's pretty big. All I want is something basic that will help me use the phone with my car, and that really fits the bill. And at $78, $79, it's pretty much what I need. So one of the few issues I did have with the car is so when I picked it up, of course, it'd been sitting for about 6 months prior to me picking the car up from the towing yard, and and I did get it for a pretty good deal, I think. Now, I had some vacuum leaks in the car. It was throwing check engine lights. It was running pretty rough, so I was getting misfires. Aside from the vacuum leaks and the misfires, I was getting a lean condition or a lean code on banks 1 and 2. So and eventually, after I drove it for a little bit, it started leaking coolant from the expansion tank. So I did just about everything on here. Well, I didn't do it. I had the shop do it because I was working at the time. So I had the expansion tank replaced, um, uh, the water pump, the upper and lower intake air boots, the CCV valve kit installed. I just wanted to take care of all of it. And then eventually I took it to a shop called Dose BMW, and they diagnosed that I had an issue with my secondary air solenoid and the vacuum line that goes along with it. So I had that replaced as well. And then later on in subsequent videos, I will show you guys where I bring my BMW, and show you guys the awesome guys that diagnosed my secondary air issues. Oh, and I also wanted to do a shout out on the vendor that sold me these great headlights, these projector headlights for my 325. These came from Amazon. I'll be posting a link below for the headlights, and they were really great. You can buy ones that have the HID kit along with it. I think it was just a little, it was like $270, I think. I'll post a link below, but these are the headlights that I got from Amazon for it, and they fit really well. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. I also put these black kidney grills on it, and I thought it really complemented the car. Let me show you the old grill that was in it. So this is the old grill that was in it, and let me tell you that it was crap. It was see where all the clips are. They're all kind of broken and looking pretty bad. If you see that, I don't know what the hell that is, but that's what was holding it on together. So this thing actually separates. It goes into two pieces. This piece separates from this piece, and the only thing that was holding this piece to this piece is this gunk. So whenever I close the hood of the car, it would fall off. So I decided to replace them. So yeah, I bought the head unit from Fry's Electronics here in San Diego. So what I'm going to do is I have an appointment at 10:30. I'm going to bring it in at 10:30. I'm hoping it's only going to take a couple hours to do it. Just not so sure about the wiring that's in it right now. So I'd rather them, they have all the tools for that, and hopefully they'll do a great job. I mean, I've always wanted one of these E46s, and I finally got one, and hope they take care of my car. So hopefully I get it back sometime today. I need to go to Los Angeles today sometime. I'm sorry, no. I need to get ready to go to Los Angeles today. Tomorrow is when I go, but there's a few things that I have to take care of before I go. So hopefully it won't take that long. Just a little bit more on the head unit I'm going to get installed in the car. It's a SONY DSX-A415BT. So it's a digital media player. No CD, of course, like I said earlier. And I needed something that I didn't need to get a separate mic put into the vehicle. I don't like how that looks. I don't like having to route that all over the car. So this one actually has the mic built into the face of the radio, and it's over here. It's right kind of behind the face a little bit. So there's a mic behind there, and that's how voice is achieved in the Bluetooth function for the radio. So I can oh, and I needed something that I can plug the USB in the front, and that's one of those ports there. So let's get this opened up. Let's do a little unboxing here so we can take a look at the head unit before we install it in the car. Okay, so here's the head unit, the Sony DSX-A415BT. I'll be posting a link to this below. So let's get this thing opened up. Here, I already opened it up on this side. So this was made in Japan. It's a Sony head unit made in Japan. So what we have here is the remote plus the tool to take it out of the slot it's going to be in, just in case you have to take it out. I'm not going to open that. I'm going to leave that for the installer. This is the cable that will plug into the head unit, and you solder this to, well, I like it soldered. There are some people that that don't like soldered. I do like it's soldered. But hold on, I have the install kit here. I'll show you guys the install kit as well. So before we go on with the unboxing, so the install kit is this. So if you remember seeing the slot where the head unit is, so this is relatively cheap on Amazon. It was, I believe, $13 on Amazon. So this is gonna go on to the face where that big gaping hole is. If you take a closer look at the hole, these are still there. This was already broken off. Somebody had forcibly broken it off and taken it. So this is the part that goes into the vehicle system. This is a direct plug into that, and this is what you solder onto here. So hopefully the installer will do a good job, because I really would rather that he solder this there rather than just just put some connections on it. So anyway, so yeah, this is the install kit. I'll put it back in the box later. Oh, and it comes with this. This is the antenna adapter. And I'm looking, and it doesn't seem like this is going to be usable, but I don't know. I don't use the radio anyway, except for emergencies. So we'll see if this is even going to be a viable use for the vehicle. So yeah, so here's the connector for the back of the head unit, and I'll show you where it hooks up to later. And this being a digital media only head unit, it's short. It's not as long as your regular head units. We'll see here. See how short it is. It normally is about this long. So I'm not going to take the plastic off, and I'll just show you guys later when they're done with the install. But this is the head unit, okay, and this is the port where this goes into, that way, okay. This is where the antenna adapter is supposed to go, right? But hopefully they have some sort of adapter there that can they can adapt that to for use in here. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. I haven't been able to to use the radio in there, so finally be able to get some music in there. I'm gonna put this back in the bubble wrap protector here. Here's the manuals, and here's the radio. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the remote control, along with some screws. So let's put this back in here. Be ready for the install later. Okay, so let's see what happens later at the install shop. Okay, time to put the stuff in the car. My wife's going to take me there, or accompany me there, so we can do some shopping while we're waiting. So surprisingly, it started on the first try. Normally it takes two. After I sorted out all the issues with this E46, it's actually turned out to be a pretty good car for me. I've driven it back and forth to Los Angeles once already, and so far it hasn't given me any issues. Aside from the fact that it did have some vacuum leaks to begin with, but that's just due to the age of the car, and the previous owner didn't really take care of it. So now that I got these issues taken care of, it's just all kind of creature comfort type items that's really needed. Now for this head unit, the reason why I'm putting this head unit in is because, number one, I don't have a radio in the car. And number two, I really need something that I can use to communicate with, and I just don't think that using the speaker function on the phone is a viable option. Just because we do have all this technology nowadays, and it's relatively cheap, $78 for a radio like this. Before taxes, it's just so cheap that I would be stupid if I didn't get one installed. Now, considering I do have to get some issues taken care of with regards to the installation here, because I couldn't do it myself because of the current condition of the wiring. After this should be pretty sorted out. And one other thing that needs to be taken care of here is, which is not something that's pressing because it's pretty cool right now, is the air conditioning of the car. It doesn't blow cold, so that's going to be something for for a later video. But so far I haven't needed it. It's one of those things that can wait. So I'm hoping that we can get it taken care of prior to spring or the summer kicking into to the weather here in San Diego. About a mile away. All right, we're coming up on Fry's here. Gotta find the install area. I guess we gotta go around the building to find it. I guess where it says car electronics installation. So I'm gonna go park here and see what's up. I guess I'm a little early. It's just 10:30, so I think it's just a little bit before that. As soon as the install bays open up, I'll be taking my car in. Okay, 2 more minutes. No, I'm not counting. Okay, so I'm going to leave my car here. Hopefully when I get back, this is all going to be good to go. All right, so I did pick up my my car from Fry's, and everything seems to be okay. So here we are again in front of my house, my car. Go inside and take a look at the install. Okay, so here it is, everyone. It's installed. The one thing I don't like is this. The kit, I don't know, maybe I don't think it's the way it was installed. I think it's the size of it itself I think it's too big, or slightly at least. It's making this, you know, it kind of comes out a little bit there, so there's a gap, which, you know, I kind of don't mind. It's just, you know, it's, maybe I'll replace that in the future, but it's not something that's going to kill me for now. So let's start it up here. I'm just gonna turn it on. Okay, so there it is. It works. I tried it out on the freeway today, and it seems to be okay. So everything works fine. I was expecting something actually less than that, but you know, it's a good thing that everything went well. Got to pick up my car. Everything's good to go. So yeah. I'm pretty happy now. I at least have a head unit in my car. I can use, listen to music, you know, take phone calls if I have to, and things like that. Okay, so all in all, a very positive experience so far. I did kind of ensure that I wasn't going to have a, you know, I tried not to have a negative experience. Therefore, I already knew that when I bought the radio and signed up for the install, that they didn't charge me for a install kit, and I wasn't necessarily sure they were going to have an install kit when you know, when they were going to install the car. So when I showed up there with the radio, I told them that I have an install kit. Oh, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we didn't, you know, we didn't realize that we needed an install kit." Of course, you need an install kit to install a head unit. But anyway. So kind of tried to not set myself up for failure. Made sure that they had the stuff to install the radio in the car, or the head unit in the car. So I'm pretty okay with this, actually. So yeah, now have the head unit in my car. I'm a happy camper. My E46. 2002 E46 325i, and more to come. Stay tuned.